Next situation, a cantilever truss is pin connected at joint D and is supported by a roller at G. Spacing of trusses is 3 meters, and if the wind load is 1.44 kilopascal, we are given A and H. Determine the horizontal reaction at the roller support. Determine the stress of member AB and determine the stress in member BE. Okay. So, first of all, ang binigay sa atin ay wind load, no? And then may spacing. Okay, bali, ang idea, basically, if these are the trusses, so let's say those are the trusses. Okay? So, ang sinasabi niya, yung spacing daw nila is 33 meters. Okay? So the idea is, of course, using tributary width, no? So yung tributary width na kakargahin nito, middle na thrust is half nito, saka half nito. So bali ito yung magiging ano niya, parang influence area niya. Okay? So meaning our wind load, in order for this to be converted into an equivalent uniform load dun sa truss, okay? Para maging uniform load sa truss, okay, we just need to multiply the given pressure with the tributary width. And yung tributary width natin is basically ito lang. Okay, technically, half itong kaliwa ng 3, tapos yung kabila ay half ng 3. So lumalabas, yung tributary width natin is just 3 meters. No? So, meaning, yung uniform load natin sa wind load will be equal to 1.44 kilopascals times 3 meters. Okay? And that would give us 1.44 times 3, that gives us 4.32. 4.32. So the units now will be in kilonewton per meter. Okay, so bali ngayon, meron tayo ditong uniform load. Okay, and take note, yung uniform load natin from the wind load is always perpendicular at the surface or at the top chord, no, ng roof. So kaya ganyan yung magiging orientation. So this is 4.32 kilonewton per meter. So using that, pinapahanap yung mga member forces pati na rin yung reaction, no? So the first thing we need to do here is actually to convert this into a concentrated load dun sa mga joint, no? Isa kasi sa major assumption ng analysis ng trusses, ano, would be to it should only carry joint loads or dapat daw lahat ng load ay acting on the joint. So meaning kailangan natin ito i-convert dun sa concentrated load dun sa joints A, B, C, and D. Okay? So paano natin kukumbitin 'yon? So bali ko convert natin siya ng ganito. So we have B and then C. Okay, and then meron tayo ditong pin support. Then meron tayo ditong roller support. Okay, so kailangan yung maging load equivalent ay meron ditong load, meron din dito, meron din dito, and dito. Okay, so tawagin natin na PA, PB, PC, and PD. Okay? So yung equivalent forces na yan is basically, again, another tributary wind is basically yung PA na to will be the area of the uniform load halfway between A and B. No? So halfway between them. So kailangan natin makuha itong length na to. Okay? So para makuha yung length na yun, kunin muna natin yung buong length. So sabi sa problem, ang H na to ay 1.6, tapos ito ay 2.8. So kapag kinompute natin yung total length, 0.8 times 2, that will give us 2.4. Okay, so therefore, makukuha natin yung length ng AD. No, dito na sa taas. Length ng AD ay square root of 2.4 squared plus 1.6 squared. Kasi ano yan, right triangle. So square root of 2.4 squared plus 1.6 squared. So that gives us 2.884. Okay? And take note na kung mapapansin, yung distances nito horizontally between A, B, C, and D ay pare-parehas lang. So it will follow na pare-parehas lang din yung magiging length nitong A, B, B, C, and C, D. Wherein the length would be, so LAB will be equal to LBC, which is equal to also the length of CD, which is ano lang, 1/3 lang nito. So that gives us 0.961. Okay? So, yan yung length na yun. So, therefore, malalaman na natin kung ano equivalent ni PA, PB, PC, and PD. So, for PA, siguro dito na lang sa gilid. For PA, that is just the uniform load times kalahati no length. Okay? And that gives us, so store natin tong length. So, 4.32 times yung length over 2. Okay, so that gives us 2.077 kilonewtons. No? Tapos, if you look at it, yung PB naman is ang kakargahin niya naman na load, itong kalahati na itong nasa kaliwa plus kalahati na itong nasa kanan. So, a total of ano lang yan, no? A total of yung length mismo na 0.961. So, we have 4.32 times yung length ng BC na lang. Okay, so that gives us 4.32 times 8. Okay, so 4.154 kilonewtons, no? And actually, yung force sa BC or yung force sa C is same lang sa force sa B. Kasi ang mangyayari naman this time is, ito naman yung area niya. Kalahati sa left, kalahati sa right. Eh, di ba yung total length nito, same lang dun sa BC, no? So, that's why, ano na lang, equal na lang sila. 4.154 kilonewtons. And then, lastly, yung force sa D, is also equal lang sa 4.6 sa A, no? Kasi ang mangyayari kay D, ang kukumpitin mo na length, itong length na to. Which is yung length na yon is kaparehas lang ng length dito sa kaliwa, no? Kaya same lang siya sa value ng PA, which is 2.077 kilonewtons. Okay? So now we can convert, or we have now found the equivalent truss system which has joint loads acting at A, B, C, and D coming from the wind load that was originally given. So i-redraw na natin yung buong truss. Okay, so once again, this is spin, this is roller. Nandito yung PA that was 2.077. Nandito naman yung 4.154. And nandito yung 2.077. Okay? Lagyan natin ng pangalan. Ito ay A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. And then we have E, F, G. Okay? And then, di ba, dahil pin support ito, meron ditong horizontal, tawagin natin na DX, and vertical reactions. Dito naman, meron lang tayo isang reaction dahil yan ay roller support. No? So, para makompute yung mga reaction, actually, ang tinatanong sa atin, reaction sa roller support, basically, ang gagawin na natin dito is magmo-moment tayo about point P is equal to 0. Because sa D, meron tayong masasolve, no? So, ang problema lang dyan, ano yung mga length na to? No? Kasi pag moment tayo sa D, di ba? So, yung length na yun, na-compute na natin kanina. Na ito na yung 0.961. Okay? So, starting with 4.154. Okay? So, ito yung force natin, no? Ang moment arm niya galing sa D, hindi niyo na kailangan i-component to, no? Kasi kapag titignan maigi, meron na tayo ng perpendicular distance, which is yung 0.961. Okay? Tapos, ang rotation niya would be counterclockwise, so positive. Okay? And then, yung isa pang 4.154, once again, ang perpendicular distance niya is ito, no? Which is 2 times 0.961. Okay? And we have 2.077. Okay? And then that is just 3 times of 0.961. Positive parehas, lahat yan positive. And then, finally, o nga pala, may sukat ito. 0.8, 0.8, 0.8, saka 1.6. So, 0.8. Okay, so kapag nag-moment tayo sa D, ang moment arm ng RG is itong 1.6. Okay, and then ang rotation niya is clockwise, so that's gonna be negative. And then this is all equal to 0. And then from here, we should be able to calculate yung RG, yung reaction sa roller support. Turn natin dito sa B, sa kalahati nito. Lagay natin sa C. So nasa C itong itong P1 or P8. Okay? So we have, o nga pala, ano yung nasa A? Nasa A ay yung ano lang, no? Yung length lang. So ayan, tamang-tama. So B, ito, times A plus B times dalawang A plus C times tatlong A. Okay, divided by 1.6. Okay, so the reaction at G is 11.23. Okay, so the answer here is, okay, letter C. No? So may discrepancy lang, but that's good enough. Next, determine the stress in member AB. So, saan yung AB? Nandito, no? So, dito, pwede na lang tayo mag-method of joint sa A, no? So, ito yung number 4. For number 5, mag-method of joint na lang tayo sa A. Total, ano lang yan? Nasa dulo naman yan. Okay, so ito yung, let's say, y-axis. Ito yung x-axis. Okay, so nandito sa yung 2.077. And then, ito yung force natin sa AB. And then, meron din tayo ditong force sa AE. So, inassume ko lang na tension parehas. Okay? And then, we can define as well yung slope nito. So, we can just make use of the entire thing, no? Na 2.4 horizontal, 1.6 vertical. So, ito naman yung kanina, square root of 1.6 squared plus 2.4 squared. So, 4 square root of 13 over 5. 4 square root of 13 over 5. Ayan, so yung slope niya. So, and then, itong force na to na naka-perpendicular sa kanya, ang tatandaan nyo palagi, no? Para mabilis na. Kasi, ang iba ginagawa dito, hinahanap pa yung mga angle-angle. Eh. Pero ako, ang ginagawa ko, kapag ka meron ka kasi dalawang line na perpendicular, no? Ang slope nitong isa, AB, no? Di ba, ito may angle dito, theta. No? Actually, yung angle na yan, ito rin yun. No? So kapag perpendicular silang dalawa. Kaya ang mangyayari, magbabaliktad lang. So magbabaliktad, magiging ito yung B, ito yung A. So ibig sabihin sa case na to, ito yung magiging 1.6, ito yung magiging 2.4. Tapos parehas pa rin sila ng hypotenuse. Okay? Para mas mabilis, no? Now, to solve for PAB, magsa-summation of forces na lang tayo dito along y-axis na lang para hindi na natin iintindihin itong AE. Total, hindi naman tinatanong. No? So, we have downward, itong 2.077, yung y component niya ay 2.4 over 4 square root of 13 over 5. Ngayon yung y component niya. Tapos downward, so negative. Tapos itong y component ng PAB ay upward based on our assumption. And then ang y component niya is 1.6 over 4 square root of 13 over 5. And that is all equal to 0. So therefore, we can now solve for our PAB. So actually, we can cancel this kasi naka-equate naman sa 0. Ito ata yan, C, no? So C times 2.4 over 1.6. Okay, and that gives us 3.12 kilonewtons. Fast speed, so meaning tension. Okay, so that's letter C. Next, determine the stress in member BE. Saan yung BE? Bali, ito. Okay, so para makompute yung stress sa BE, we will just apply method of joint ulit sa E, no? Sa E na lang. Okay, so kapag nag-join tayo sa E, so this is for number 6. So ito yung joint E, ito yung y-axis, ito yung x-axis. Tapos nandito yung PAE or PBE. Nandito yung PAE. And then nandito yung PEF. Okay? And wala nang iba, no? So actually dito pa lang makikita mo na kapag nag-summation ng forces ka ng y is equal to 0, lalabas lang PBE is equal to 0 kilonewton. So yung force na yan, yung member na yan is considered to be a zero force member since meron lang tatlong force na nag-act sa isang joint, tapos yung dalawa sa kanila ay collinear. So meaning yung pangatlo na nagkataon ngayon na PBE is zero member. Okay? So, well, siguro dagdagan natin ng kaunti yung tanong. We can also ask the question, what would be the stress at member, let's say, maganda? Um, Siguro member BF. Okay, so member BF. So kanya dagdagan lang natin, no, find the stress in member BF. So this time para maiwasan na ano pa tayo, palipat-lipat ng joint kasi kailangan bago ka makarating diyan, kailangan dito ka muna, tapos lipat ka dito, tapos nandito ka na, pwede ka na dito, di ba? So kasi nakuha mo na itong dalawa, so itong dalawa na lang yung unknowns. So kailangan kasi pag nag-method of join, dalawa lang palagi yung unknown. Kasi pag method of join, yung system ng force ay concurrent. And kapag concurrent yung system ng force, meaning summation of forces x and y lang, yung paghuhugutan mo ng equation. So dalawa lang. Kaya dalawa lang din yung unknowns na kaya niyang isolve. So dito, mas maganda, mag-section na lang tayo. So pwede tayong mag-cut dito, no? Tapos isolate natin left or right. In my case, I'll just isolate yung left. So cut natin. So kunin natin to ha. Okay, so let's cut this part. Isolate ko yung left side. And then i-drawing natin. Okay, so yun yung makikira. So ito yung A, ito yung B. Ay, tama ba? Ah, hindi pala. Ito lang pala. Sobrang ako ng triangle. Yan. Ito na yung A, ito na yung B. So, ito yung E. Tama ba? Ayan. Okay, so ito ngayon yung may expose na mga forces. Ito yung force sa BC. Ito ngayon yung force. Ito ngayon yung force sa BF. Ito ngayon yung force sa EF. Okay, ayan. Tapos hinahanap natin yung force sa BF. Alright? So, okay. Of course, para makuha ito kaagad, dito sa method of section, mamimili tayo ng point kung saan tayo mag-moment na kung saan makukumpute ito kaagad. And posible yon as long as yung other two forces ay mag-i-intersect, no, sa isang point, at kung saan man mag-i-intersect yung two other forces, doon ka mag-moment para hindi na sila magiging parte ng moment equation. At ang masosolve mo kagad is kung ano yung kailangan mo. No? Kung papansinin, yung BC at saka yung EF, no, ay mag-i-intersect sa A. Kaya dito, pipiliin ko na mag-moment sa A. Okay? Mag-moment ako sa A. Bago ko makalimutan, meron nga pala dito naka-apply na force, no? Tsaka dito. Okay? Ayan. So, di ba pag nag-moment tayo dito, kung nag-moment tayo dito, etong dalawa, wala nang moment yan kasi mag-intersect sila doon. Kaya yun yung mapipili ko. And then, ito, magkakaroon ng components. So, for example, if I want to keep this here, ang components ko, ito, at saka ito. No? So, merong rotation about A, yung vertical component, tapos meron din rotation about A, yung horizontal component. Para mabawasan, pwede naman kasi na itong force na to, ilipat natin dito. Masama pa to dito. Burahin ko na lang. So, ililipat natin, lipat natin dito. Using principle of transmissibility. Okay, so saan yan? Yan mismo yung point F. Bakit ko ililipat dyan? Kasi, tingnan nyo, yung vertical component niya may ikot sa A. Tapos yung horizontal component niya, wala nang ikot sa A kasi dadaan na mismo sa A yun. So, ang nangyari, nabawasan lang yung magiging unknown or hindi naman unknown, yung ano natin, yung length ng equation natin. Mas maganda, no? Mas madali. Okay? So, well, as mentioned earlier, dahil dito naman tayo mag-moment, so meron naman itong moment arm na 0.961. Okay, kaya lang ito, ang moment arm mo ito, which is ano lang yan, 2.8. Di ba kasi 0.8 yung isang segment. So ano lang to, 1.6. Okay? So ang problema lang ngayon, and also no, pag nag-moment tayo dito, wala na tong moment. Tapos ito lang yung iikot. Ito hindi mo na kailangan i-component because meron ka na namang perpendicular distance. So ito na lang, kailangan natin i-component. So ano ba ang slope niyan? Ano ba ang slope nito? Tanong, anong slope nito? Okay? So para makompute ang slope niyan, total meron na tayo ditong horizontal na 0.8. Kailangan na lang natin itong vertical na to. Okay? So bubuo tayo ng similar triangle. So pansinin niyo na itong triangle na to ay merong sukat na 0.8. Kasi ito hindi ko alam. Tawagin ko na lang na y. Tapos yung buong triangle, no? Similar siya doon. Na ang sukat nito ay 2.4, ito naman ay 1 point. So, masolve natin yung y by similar figures. So, y is to 0.8 equals 1.6 is to 2.4. So, this gives me y equals to 0.53. Or ano na lang, 8/15. Okay, so ibig sabihin, meron na tayong slope nito. Okay, ang slope niya ngayon ay 0.8 tapos 8/15. Tapos ito, kumpitin na lang natin yung hypotenuse. Square root ng 8/15 squared plus 0.8 squared. So that gives me 4 square root of 13/15. Ayan. Okay? So, therefore, pwede na tayo mag-moment sa A. So, summation ng moment sa A is equal to 0, assuming counterclockwise positive. Iikot ito, 4.154. Ang moment arm mo is 0.961. Ang rotation ay clockwise. And then yung y component nito, PBF, that is 8 over 15 over 4 square root of 13 over 15. Okay, and then ang moment arm natin is 1.6. Ang rotation na ibibigay nito ay also clockwise. And that is all equal to 0. And then from here, we should be able to calculate for PBF. So PBF would be, ito yun ano, tapos ito yung ano, 0.961. So ito times ito divided by 8 over 15 over 4 square root of 13 over 15 times 1.6. Ayan. Pero negative, no? Negative. Kasi pag dinranspose mo to sa kabila, magiging positive. Tapos may maiiwan kasi negative dito. Ayan. So, magiging negative 4.5 kilonewton. So, meaning this is 4.5 kilonewtons in compression. Okay? So, that would be our answer for that particular force. No? Okay? All right. So, that's how you answer this particular problem.